Hello, welcome back to Armchair Armory, and it finished at the Emirates Stadium, Arsenal 2, Olympiacos 0. I've put as the headline here, a routine win, but more difficult than it needed to be. I think first half we were brilliant. Particular standout performances came from Martin Odegaard and Victor Gyökeres. Even though Victor Gyökeres didn't score today, I felt like he was the Victor Gyökeres that I have seen, albeit clips. And when Sporting played City, for example, that's the Victor Gyökeres I scored. It's just that he didn't have the end product. Martinelli actually nicked his goal essentially, which was quite funny. But yeah, first half, I think we were really good. I think it looked like it was going to be one of those. It was quite similar. Well, not really, because I think Olympiacos are a better team than Port Vale, but it had that vibe about it where first half we looked like we were going to absolutely smoke them. And then second half, it just looked like they grew into the game. Although in the Port Vale game, I think 10 minutes into the second half, they looked like they were pressing quite well, Port Vale, and then they, the quality showed at the end of the day. But the same sort of thing happened here, where Olympiacos sort of grew into the game in the second half. I don't know what their manager told them, but basically they played a lot better. They had a chance that was, they actually had the ball in the back of the net as well, but luckily it was offside. Yeah, to be fair, they played all right. And I said before the game, well, I didn't say before the game, so I didn't actually do a preview, but I said in the sort of like social media post I did around it that, Olympiacos have been one of those teams in the past that, cause upsets. You remember a few years ago, I can't remember whether it was the year they won. Liverpool won the Champions League in 2005, or whether it was after that. But there was a year where they went to Athens and they lost there. They beat us before. They knocked us out of the Europa League in Arteta's first season. So I was always going into the game with a bit more respect for Olympiacos than a lot of people might have had. As someone that lived with a Greek family and has been to Greece for long periods of time, I know that they are European prestige in terms of football. Teams like AK Athens and PAOK and Panathinaikos and Olympiacos, they're always there or thereabouts in these Champions League campaigns. And yeah, second half they were much better. But we sort of killed the game. To be fair, we were still in it. It's just that we had loads and loads and loads of chances. We were still playing okay. We had loads of chances, but the end product just wasn't there. It wasn't until the last minute where Odegaard put in Saka. Saka ran into the box. I don't know whether he was trying to cross it for Gyökeres or whether he was actually taking a shot, but let's just say he took a shot and it went through the keeper's legs for 2-0 in the last minute, which kind of, at that point, killed the game. But that's 2 wins in 2 now for in the Champions League. Bilbao, 2-0 wins, no goals conceded. We can't really complain. I think the next Champions League game is Atletico Madrid at the Metropole, I believe. No, it's not. It's at the Emirates. Okay, I thought we were away to them. So what's our next away Champions League game? Slavia Prague. Yeah, so the next Champions League game is Atletico Madrid at home. So yeah, as I've said before, really and truthfully, this is all about, for me, Arteta using his squad and making sure that we don't have to play those playoff games. That's the main thing with this league phase, to be honest. So all in all, routine win, not much more to say. There were 6 changes from the starting 11 that played against Newcastle on Sunday. Saliba started this game alongside Gabriel. The 2 wing backs changed to Miles Lewis-Skelly and Ben White. Marino came back into midfield along with Ødegaard and who was the other person? Oh yeah, Zubimendi, obviously. And then the front three, Trossard remained, and then it was Gyökeres that remained, and then on the left was Gabriel Martinelli. And I think for the most part, we, as I say, I think we played well in general. We just made it a little bit harder for the majority of the second half. But the most important thing is the win and the 3 points. So we move forwards. We've now got West Ham at home at the weekend, 3 o'clock kickoff. I won't be doing any coverage for that apart from my first Arsenal sim on the new EAFC 26. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, other than that, it's just keeping up that momentum after Newcastle. And now today, I think the next couple of games coming up are, I'd say up until we play Tottenham at the end of November, I'd say are winnable, like West Ham at home, Fulham away. I know we drew with Fulham twice last season, both home and away, but I think still on paper, on balance, you'd say we were probably the better team. We are probably the better team at the moment. Although the Fulham have actually been doing well, to be fair. Then we've got Palace at home. That will be difficult. They've just obviously beaten the champions Liverpool, so that will be difficult. And then in between, then after the Carabao Cup 4th round game at home to Brighton, we've got Burnley away. Now Burnley haven't been doing too well at the moment, but again, Turf Moor, you never know. Then Sunderland away, who have also been doing quite well, but still, on the balance of things, you would say it's winnable. It's in favour to us. And then obviously you head to November the 23rd, the first North London derby of the season, at home to Spurs. So yeah, I think it's important we just keep up that momentum now. The Newcastle result was a really, really big win. And yeah, we just need to keep that up and keep that going, in my opinion. Right, I'm going to leave that there. You will probably see me again for the previewing the Fulham game, or probably the next time I'll be on camera. So until then, take care and stay safe.
Remember to like and subscribe, and also follow Dan on social media. All the information is in the description below.